Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Prime Minister Mark Carney nagsalita tungkol sa pangkalatang kalagayan ng immigration ng Canada ngayon. At according to him, and this is a direct quote, sabi niya, "We have taken back control of immigration." Sang-ayon ba kayo dyan? Of course, this comes following numerous policy changes in relation to immigration over the past 2 years. Sinabi po niya yan sa isang press conference kahapon. Let me play this soundbite for you.
But the early signs are encouraging. We've taken back control of immigration. Asylum claims are down by a third. Temporary foreign workers arrivals down by half. And international student arrivals down by 60%. We can now carefully rebuild a sustainable immigration system consistent with Canadian values.
Okay. Maikli lang pero ito po ang takeaway ko dyan sa kanyang statement na yan kahapon. May notes ako, syempre guys, kaya ako tingin dito. Una, sabi niya, these are early signs. So to me, that means, inaasahan pa nila, na itong indicators na ilan din sa mga sinabi niya will continue to head to this direction. Anong direction? Napansin ba ninyo? Ang focus ngayon ng kanyang messaging, hindi tulad ng dati. Dati, ang laging sinasabi ng mga immigration officials ng Canada is, we will continue to attract talented individuals to Canada. We need more of immigration. Yan ang tono dati. Ngayon, tignan nyo, ang kanya pong pinopoint out, this is just an observation of mine, yung declines. Kumbaga yan na yung metric of success niya. Yan yung nire-report niya sa atin. Kaya nga niya sinasabi na we have taken back control. So ano yung metric niya of success sa ngayon based on that soundbite? Pagbawas ng asylum claimants, pagbabawas ng temporary workers, pagbabawas ng international students. Yan ang aking takeaway dyan. Focus talaga sila ngayon sa pagbaba ng mga bilang na yan to again support their overall goal to have sustainable levels of immigration. He is not saying na hindi po kailangan ng bagong immigrants. He is stressing the need for sustainable levels. Siyempre, it is also an indirect admission na yung kanyang predecessor, na kanya pong kapartido, medyo siguro hindi po nagawa yung bagay na yan. Medyo may kakulangan sa larangan ng maintaining sustainable levels of immigration. At yung huli niyang sentence, napansin ninyo, sabi niya, now we can continue to rebuild, a system of immigration that is aligned with Canadian values. Na-pick up niyo ba yun? I wanted to also point that out kasi hindi ko lang to na-share sa inyo earlier. Meron po akong napanood na interesting soundbite from the Prime Minister as well. This was from earlier this month, wherein he touched on the topic of multiculturalism here in Canada. Okay, multicultural tayo dito sa Canada, di ba? We celebrate the different cultures here. Total, nabanggit niya dyan sa soundbite na Canadian values. What do you think about this? Parang meron siyang pinaparinggan siguro dito.
We welcome the peoples of the world in all their diversity and all that splendor. We don't welcome the world's hatreds. When you come to Canada, you bring your faith, your tradition, your language, your story. You leave behind your animosities.
Oh, interesting. What do you think about that? Sabi niya, we welcome everybody. We welcome your diversity. Dalhin nyo dito yung lengguwahe ninyo, your tradition, your faith. Okay, I'm reading a transcript of this. But we do not welcome the world's hatreds. Sabi niya, you leave behind your animosities. Okay, ano kaya ang kanyang pinatutukuyan dito? Ang masasabi ko lang dyan, ako, I've noticed, there have been numerous reports here in Canada about, demonstrations being done, large ones at that, in relation to conflicts abroad. Siguro, yan ang kanyang sinasabi kailangan ba natin yan? Okay. Nakakatulong ba yan? I've also seen numerous reports of conflicts within certain communities. At ayun, nagkakaroon din sila ng kanya-kanya mga protesta dito. Yung kaya ang kanyang pinatutukuyan? Let me know what you guys think. Okay. O sige, move on tayo. Nagbanggit po siya doon sa kanyang unang soundbite tungkol sa pag-decline ng asylum seekers, temporary workers, as well as international students. Puntahan po natin itong latest data na lang from IRCC, no? Para makita natin kung ano na nga ba talaga ang estado ngayon ng immigration. Bakit niya sinasabing papunta na tayo dun sa sustainable levels? This is official from the IRCC. Okay, in-update po to every so often. Let's talk about new student and worker arrivals to Canada. Again, this only refers to new arrivals. Wala po silang pinipresentang data tungkol sa mga nakakaalis o umaalis. Monthly arrivals is down 73%. Ayun po, no? From January to April 2026, it is down 73% compared to the same period in 2024, 2 years ago. That's a big decline. Specifically, sa international students in Canada, it's 84% fewer. Okay, again, Jan to April 2026 compared to January to April 2024. Ang laki, 24%. Temporary workers naman, same period, 67% ang ibinaba. So clearly, the tightening of rules is making an impact in as far as those entering Canada is concerned. Meron din po pala ditong update tungkol sa mga nabigyan ng PR, napabilis yung pagproseso ng kanilang PR dahil doon sa sinasabing PR to PR initiative. Ang sabi po ng IRCC, 33,000 will benefit from this fast-tracking initiative in a span of 2 years. So far, ang sinabi, 7,000 na raw ang nakikinabang dito, ang naging PR na, from January to April 2026. For the year 2020, for the whole year 2026, ang goal daw po nila ay 2,000 ang kanilang ma-fast track for PR. Okay? Ito po yun, accelerating PR for select workers. So yung remaining balance, which is 13,000, kasi nga ang total 33,000, sa 2027 po nila yan gagawin. So this is the latest update from IRCC. Also, before we end this episode, napakaikli ng ating episode. Ano? Natanong din po si Prime Minister Carney tungkol dun sa issue ng bawian ng citizenship certificates. We had an episode on that yesterday or 2 days ago. Mismo nang si Prime Minister Carney ang nagsabi, these people deserve an explanation sa kung ano po ang nangyari. Okay, bakit biglang inisyuhan ninyo ng citizenship certificate only to tell them to surrender it?
And all are now under review. Don't people deserve a timely explanation of what had happened?
The simple answer is yes, and they all be following up to ensure they get that. Thank you.
Simple answer is yes. They need a timely explanation sa kung ano ba ang nangyari. At ang sabi niya, no, they will be given that. Okay, balikan lang po natin. Meron po kasing ilang mga naaprubahan yung kanilang application for granting of citizenship under Bill C-3. Basically, mapatunayan mo na yung lola mo o lolo mo ay Canadian citizen kahit saan ka pa pinanganak sa mundo. Inaprubahan naman ng IRCC without question and then biglang binabawi. It turns out parang yung IRCC po yata mukhang hindi pa siguro polido yung kanilang proseso sa kung ano pong tipo na mga dokumento ang pwedeng tanggapin. Imbis na dun sa assessment period ay i-clarify nila dun sa applicant kung ano lang yung pwedeng i-submit, ano lang yung pwede nilang tanggapin ng mga dokumento, mukhang hindi pa pala polido yung kanilang proseso tungkol dyan. So they ended up just approving many applications for citizenship and then in the end binawi rin po nila at i-review daw po. Ang labo, di ba? This is not an issue of whether or not these people should be given citizenship. That is not the issue here. It's the process. Gobyerno naman po ng Canada ang nag-propose ng Bill C-3. These applicants just found an opportunity o nag-apply, tinanggap, and then ngayon bawian. It's more of an administrative issue sa bahagi po ng IRCC. But anyway, na-discuss na natin yan. Balikan nyo na lang po yung episode na yon. Ang mahalaga, mismo si Mark Carney na ang nagsabi na deserve daw ng mga taong ito, taong affected, ng paliwanag. Okay, sa kung ano ang nangyari. All right, we will end this episode here. Short but sweet. Let me know what you guys think. See you guys in the next one. Bye!